हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू एक्सेल ट्यूटोरियल सीरीज पार्ट 2। दोस्तों, आशा करता हूँ कि आपको पिछला वीडियो काफ़ी ज़्यादा पसंद आया होगा। अगर आप लोगों ने उस पर्टिकुलर वीडियो को चेकआउट नहीं किया है, यू कैन चेक आउट दैट पर्टिकुलर वीडियो बाय क्लिकिंग ऑन दिस पर्टिकुलर आई बटन। तो दोस्तों, इस वीडियो में मैंने इन सारे फार्मूलाज के बारे में बात किया है। अगर आप लोगों को एक पर्टिकुलर फार्मूला को चेकआउट करना है, सो इनटू द डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर वीडियो आई हैव मेंशन्ड द टाइम स्टैम्प along with that particular formula. Let's quickly move to my screen and let's see the working of all those formulas.
तो फ्रेंड्स, आज की वीडियो में हम लोग जो सारे फार्मूलाज डिस्कस करने वाले हैं, दोज आर द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट फार्मूलाज विच वी यूज़ फॉर मैथमेटिकल कैलकुलेशन इन एक्सेल। सो आज जो भी हम लोग फार्मूलाज डिस्कस करेंगे, दे आर वेरी 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 मच इम्पॉर्टेंट विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू एनी एनालिटिक्स कैरियर और इन जनरल इन एक्सेल। सो फॉर फ्रेंड्स, आज का फॉर्मूलाज बहुत ज़्यादा मैथमेटिक्स हैवी होने वाला है, so please be little bit attentive. And first formula which we'll be discussing today is average. So average, like we know, it will give the average value of the numbers which will be present in that particular given range. So the syntax is equal to average, and then inside the bracket I'll have to mention the range of the numbers फॉर विच हम लोग एवरेज कैलकुलेट करना चाहते हैं। सो लेट्स से मुझे इस पर्टिकुलर केस में आई वांट टू नो व्हाट इज द एवरेज एज ऑफ माय क्लास स्टूडेंट्स। सो आई विल राइट इज इक्वल टू एवरेज एंड आई विल सेलेक्ट द एज कॉलम एंड इट इज गिविंग मी द एवरेज एज इज 15.7. what is the mathematical formulation of average? So it is, so let's say this is the range of given numbers. So the average of the set of numbers is equal to sum of the numbers divided by total number of numbers. So इस केस में ये set of numbers है and the number of numbers is 6. So the average is calculated with the help of this particular formula. Let's move to the next formula, and that is average if. What is average if? Average was calculating just the simple average, but what if we want to calculate the average with a given condition? So इस example में let's take an example here. So I want to calculate the average percentage scored by all the female students in my class. So the formula for average if will be, for this particular case, will be is equal to average if, and I'll select the range. So on to the gender column I want to apply the filter, and my filter criteria is all those rows or all those cells जिसमें फीमेल कैंडिडेट्स मौजूद है. सो द सिंटैक्स इज एफ, एंड दैट इज हाउ वी नो उस पर्टिकुलर रो में देयर इज अ फीमेल कैंडिडेट, एंड देन आई हैव टू सेलेक्ट द एवरेज रेंज. सो किस रेंज पर हम लोग वी वांट टू कैलकुलेट द एवरेज. सो दिस इज द परसेंटेज वैल्यू, एंड आई हिट एंटर एंड यू कैन सी 79.75 is the average marks, percentage marks scored by the girl student. Let us quickly cross verify also, and I'll just do a filter here on all the female candidates. I'll select all the percentage value, and you can see 79.75 is displaying by Excel also. So we are very much correct on this particular part. The next formula is average if. As what if we have multiple conditions? एक ही, like in previous case I want to calculate all the female candidates average percentage, but what if we have multiple filter criteria? So let's say I want to calculate all the male candidates marks, but their age is greater than 15. So let's say I have this particular use. So first we will need to select the average range. So on which column we want to calculate the average? So this is the column I want to get the average marks of all the boys students, male students who are greater than 15 years in age and they are male. So these are two filter criteria for me, or average criteria for me. So first of all मुझे उस particular column को select करना होगा जिसके ऊपर average value calculate होंगे. So I'll just select this particular column, and then I'll hit a comma, and then what's the criteria range one. So the very first criteria is the student should be a male. So I'll just select the range, and I'll provide the criteria that the student should be a male. And then in the second criteria is the student age should be greater than let's say 15. I'll just select the criteria range, and I'll provide the criteria that student range should be greater than 15, and I'll hit enter, and you can see 77.5 is the average marks of all the male students whose age is greater than 15. Let us cross verify. I'll just filter out all these conditions. So all those boys who have age greater than 15. I'll just select them, and then I'll select all the male candidates from here. Let's see what is the average marks scored by them, and the average marks scored by them is 77.5. Let's see, yeah, and that is absolutely correct, and that is the meaning of average if s. The first one was average, the second one is average if, and the second one, the last one was average if s. Now friends, let us quickly move to the next important formula, and this is quite interesting one, and that is RAND. So it will generate a random digit between 0 and 1 every time you will write this particular function. So I've just written, and it generated a number between 0 and 1. So every time I run this function, it will generate a random value every time, and it will be different every time. Let's move to the other function, and that is round. So let's say I have a, मेरे पास एक डेसिमल नंबर मौजूद है, और डेसिमल पॉइंट के बाद बहुत सारे डिजिट्स मौजूद है उस पर्टिकुलर नंबर में. सो लेट्स आई जस्ट टेक एन एग्जांपल. आई is equal to round, I'll write, and then what is the number, I'll just randomly type a decimal number, and I want to round this particular decimal number to, let's say, 3 digits. I'll hit enter, and you can see it is rounded off to 3 digits of decimal places. If I'll change it to 1, you will see it is rounded off to 1 digit of decimal places, and likewise it will happen. Let's move to the other functionality, and that is the large functionality. So I'll just write this in text. So large is nothing but, what if from a group of numbers, एक group of number में से हमें पता लगाना है what is the fifth largest value from that group of numbers. So इस percentage value वाले column में से I want to know who is the student who has scored the 5th rank in the class. So I'll write, for that I'll use the large functionality. First I'll need to select the array. So basis on the percentage value, the rank would be calculated. So first I've selected the array of marks, and then I want to know the 5th largest value. So I'll just write 5, and 78 is the 5th largest value present in this particular range. Similarly, there is another function known as small, and it does the opposite of large. So what if I want to know the second smallest number present in this range of the percentage value? So I'll just select write small, and then I'll select the range, and I want to know the second smallest value, and that is 72.75. so this is how large and small are calculated. Let's move to the other functionality, and this is very much simple, and we have been using it, हम लोग काफ़ी स्कूल में यूज़ किए हैं, and that is pi. So what if I want to know the, or what if I want to use the pi value? So I'll just write is equal to pi, and that would give the pi value. Let's move to the other important functionality, and this is power, and we will be using it a lot of many times. So let's say मुझे 2 to the power 4 का calculate करना है. So the formula is simple, is equal to power, and then the number, the base, and the power value we'll have to mention, और उसके बाद we'll get the answer. So 2 to the power 4 is 16, and that is how power is also used. Let's move to the other functionality, and that is median and mode. Now this is quite mathematics heavy, median और mode हमें सीखने के लिए. Let's move to our word file, जिसमें मैंने बहुत ही सिंपल तरीके से आप लोगों को समझाने की कोशिश की है. So median is basically, let's say we have a given range of numbers here, 2 4 1 6 5 3. ये हमें range provide किया गया है. Now what is the median calculation steps for this set of numbers? First of all, we'll need to sort the numbers in the ascending order. So इस set of numbers को हमने sort कर दिया है. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 is what we got through sorting, and then there's some conditions present here. So if total number of numbers in the set is even, so अगर कितने सारे numbers हैं, अगर वो काउंट करने के बाद इवन नंबर्स ऑफ नंबर्स आ रहे हैं, देन द मीडियम फार्मूला इज डिफरेंट, एंड इफ द टोटल नंबर ऑफ नंबर्स इज ऑड, then the medium formula is different. So in the above example, we have this particular set, and this set has 6 numbers present here. So the median of these numbers would be, in this particular range is 3, and the fourth term is 4. So 3 plus 4 by 2 gives 3.5, and that is the meaning of median. Median is used in the data analytics section because बहुत सारे पोजीशंस या जगह में हमें मीन इज नॉट दैट मच यूजफुल बिकॉज ऑफ प्रेजेंस ऑफ आउटलायर्स। आउटलायर्स, व्हाट डज आउटलायर मीन? सो लेट्स से मेरे पास ये गिवन रेंज ऑफ नंबर्स हैं और लेट्स से जस्ट अज्यूम फॉर दिस केस दैट ये नंबर्स इज द मार्क्स आउट ऑफ 10। लेट्स से एक नंबर यहाँ पे मेरे पास आ जाता है बाय मिस्टेक 14। No, the 14 is a outlier in this particular case because 14 is a number which is greater than 10 and that is not possible. So this is a outlier। और जब हम लोग इसका मीन कैलकुलेट करेंगे इस पर्टिकुलर स्कोर्स वैल्यू का, so that would be an error। So these are outliers। Median is a very good way to eliminate all such outliers in many cases। So that is how median is useful। और median calculate करने के लिए it's very much simple formula। We'll just write is equal to median and let's say I want to calculate the median of the percentage values and I'll just hit enter and this gives me the median value। Next very much important formula is mode। Now mean, median, mode is the three different formulas which are used quite often। Mode is very much simple। The number occurring with the highest frequency in the set is the mode। So let's say I have given this range of numbers or set of numbers and then I'll need to calculate the frequency in which each number is coming up। So the number 2 is coming only once, number 4 is coming only once in this range, number 1 is digit 1 is coming only once, but 6 is coming two times, so 6 is the mode of this particular set। So likewise I'll just calculate mode also in with the use of Excel। I'll write is equal to mode and then I'll select what is the mode of the percentage value and I will see the result। So it is 86.5 and this is correct with our mathematical formulation also। So you can see 86.5 is being repeated twice in this given range and that is maximum, that is a maximum value also, percentage value, so that number is being shown up when we write the mode formula। Let's move to the next formulas and I hope you're enjoying in this particular mathematical formula series for Excel, and that is Roman। So Roman is, let's say I want to get the Roman value of a particular digit and this is how we simply write the Roman and we insert the digit and we get the Roman value, and I'll just drag it to the last so that you can see how this formula is useful। Let's move to the important formula and that is percentile। Now this can be a bit of confusing, ये थोड़ा सा confusing हो सकता है initially, so please pay a lot of attention here and let's move to our word file and I have explained it quite easily here। Percentile, so percentile is a value below which a given percentage of values in a data set fall। So let us assume a given case here। So let's say a student X has scored 90 marks, 100 में से 90 मार्क्स आए उसे, बट ही हैज बीन प्रोवाइडेड 88th परसेंटाइल। सो परसेंटेज और परसेंटाइल दोनों ही डिफरेंट टर्म्स है। परसेंटेज इज टोटली डिफरेंट, परसेंटाइल इज टोटली डिफरेंट। सो दैट मीन्स दैट 80%, सो अगर 80th परसेंटाइल है 90 मार्क्स, सो वो क्या, वो उसका मीनिंग क्या है? उसका मीनिंग ये है कि 80% ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स हु हैव गिवन द एग्जाम हैव scored less than 90 marks। so 80th percentile का value here is 90। so इसका सीधा सीधा मतलब होता है सिंपल भाषा में कि 80% ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स, अज्यूम करते हैं कि 200 बच्चों ने एग्जाम दिया होगा, सो 80% ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स दैट इज 160 स्टूडेंट्स हैव स्कोर्ड 90 मार्क्स से नीचे स्कोर किया है उन्होंने। सो दैट इज द मीनिंग, सिंपल मीनिंग ऑफ द परसेंटाइल। एंड हम लोग कैलकुलेट करेंगे द 90th परसेंटाइल वैल्यू फ्रॉम दिस पर्टिकुलर रेंज। सो आई जस्ट राइट परसेंटाइल and I'll open the bracket and we first have to select the array on which we want to calculate the percentile। और कौन से percentile के बारे में हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं? So let's say we want to calculate the 90th percentile। so for that we'll have to write 0.9 and I'll hit enter and you can see 86.5 is the 90th percentile value, or 90% of the values in this given range of numbers will lie below 86.5, and that makes a clear picture also here कि आप देख सकते हो कि most of the values are below 86.5, and that is how this is used. So what if I want to calculate the 100th percentile? So for that I will use the I'll just select the array and I want to get the 100th percentile, and that gives the highest number which is present in this particular range of values. So let's say I want to calculate the 0th percentile value. So by default अब तक आप लोगों को समझ में आ गया होगा कि what this will give. So it will give the lowest value from that particular range. So 72.75 के नीचे कोई value ही नहीं है. So 0% of numbers are present below 72.75 in this particular range. So that is the simple meaning of percentile. Now percentile में भी दो particular functions मौजूद रहते हैं. So such as I'll just write the formula, and you can see one is percentile.exc and second one is percentile.inc. So percentile.enc में it is so the 0th percentile value is excluded, while in INC the 0th percentile value is included. So for you guys, I'll just show you guys what if I get this particular range of values and I want to know the 0th percentile value, and it will throw me an error as said. So dot exclusive may there is no meaning of the 0th percentile value, nor there is any meaning of the 1st percentile value, that is the 100th percentile. Or but this is not the case in INC. So I'll just replace this INC. INC में it is inclusive. नाम से पता चल रहा है कि 0th और the 100th percentile is inclusive in this particular formula, while in the what you say the exclusive it is not there. I'll just replace 1 with 0 and you can see we are getting the values here. So this is how the percentile value is calculated. So let's move to the other important functionality, and that is the percent rank. So percent rank is ulta of what percentile does. So what if we want to do the opposite of percentile? Let's say I'll provide a value x to a data set, और फिर वो मुझे बताएगा कि x is the 90th percentile or the 88th percentile of the in the particular range of the data set. So let us take an example in our Excel sheet itself. So I'll just write percent rank, एंड मैं एक जस्ट एक एरे प्रोवाइड करूँगा इस पर्टिकुलर रेंज में ही. लेट्स से आई वांट टू get the percentile value or the key 75 marks is, I want to know what is the percentile value of 75 marks. So I'll just hit enter, or you can see it is giving me in decimal numbers. I'll convert this into a percentage value here, and you can see 19.40 percentage of numbers are below 75 value. So around 80% of the numbers are above 75 value. So that is how percent rank is calculated. Now percent rank, maybe you will see the same exclusive and inclusive thing present. So मैं just run कर देता हूँ. I'll just select the array here and then I'll write, let's say I want to get the 75th marks for 75 marks only. I want to get the percentage inclusive, and you can see it is throwing me 0.25, or your value is quite different. If I'll just copy paste this formula and do inclusive here, you will see that the values produced will be quite different, and they don't take into account the 0th percentile and the 100th percentile value, while in function percent rank function it takes into account the 0th percentile and the 100th percentile. So हम लोगों ने how we can verify this, we just saw a bit of earlier. So if I'll do percentile and I want to, let's say I'll just select this particular range of numbers, I'll do percentile and exclusive, and I'll just select the range of numbers, and let's say I want to know the 0th percentile. I'll hit enter, and you can see this is showing me an error, and this confirms that in exclusive we don't have the 0th percentile nor the 100th percentile value. So this is how the all the functions in mathematical functions are used. Now this can be a bit of confusing if you are learning for the very first time. I would request you to go pause this video or go to the back of section of the videos, go to the timestamp of percentile and percent rank and see this video twice or thrice, और ये बहुत ही ज़्यादा क्लैरिटी प्रोवाइड कर देगा आपको अबाउट परसेंट रैंक एंड परसेंटाइल. नाउ ये बहुत ज़्यादा कंफ्यूजिंग नहीं है, पहली बार में ज़रूर लगता है कंफ्यूजिंग, बट अगर आप इसका मैथमेटिकल फंक्शन समझ जाते हो सो इट इज़ वेरी मच ईजी. सो दिस इज हाउ द परसेंट रैंक एंड द परसेंटाइल फार्मूला इज यूज्ड इन एक्सेल, और ये काफ़ी ज़्यादा मशीन लर्निंग में भी इस्तेमाल होता है टू नो विच इज़ द 25th परसेंटाइल डेटा, द 50th परसेंटाइल डेटा. बहुत ज़्यादा डेटा में क्लैरिटी प्रोवाइड करता है द परसेंटाइल वैल्यू. और इसी के ऊपर ही हम लोग आते हैं द नेक्स्ट फंक्शनैलिटी इज द क्वार्टाइल. सो नाम से ही पता चल रहा है. सो लेट्स से देयर इज अ सर्कल एंड वी वुड डिवाइड दैट सर्कल इन 4 पार्ट्स. सो 0 is the minimum value, 1 is the first quartile, that is the 25th percentile, 2 is the median value, 50th percentile, third is the third quartile, that is the 75th percentile, and the max value is given by the quarter 4, and that is how the quartile function is used. Now quartile can return minimum value, first, second, third, and the max value from the given range. We'll just write that particular function here. So it will be is equal to quartile, and then we'll just want to, so equal 25th, 50th, 75th, and the 100th quartile or the percentile value के साथ deal करता है. So I'll just select the array, and then it is asking me which quartile value do you want to get. So ये hint भी provide कर दिया. So let's say I want to get the median value only of this particular range. So I'll just have to write here 2, and you can see I'm getting 77.625. जो 50th परसेंटाइल होता है उस रेंज में, सो दैट इज द मीडियन वैल्यू. सो लेट अस क्रॉस वेरीफाई यूजिंग द मीडियन फार्मूला इटसेल्फ हियर. सो आई विल राइट इज इक्वल टू मीडियन, एंड आई विल सेलेक्ट द रेंज of the percentage value, and let's see if we are getting the same value or not. I'll hit enter, and you can see it is exactly the same number. So 50th percentile is the median value. So that is how all the other functionality is used. काफ़ी ज़्यादा ही थोड़ा सा कॉम्प्लेक्स फार्मूलाज हो सकते हैं फॉर द वेरी फर्स्ट टाइम. अगर आप ये पहली बार देख रहे हो इन सारे फार्मूलाज को, तो ये थोड़े पहले in the very first instance this can be a bit of confusing, but with a lot of practice on different data sets, and I'll be coming with more tutorials and much more portfolio projects for in Excel, and by practicing that आप लोग इस पे काफ़ी ज़्यादा comfortable हो सकते हो with respect to the mathematical calculations and the formulas. ये काफ़ी ज़्यादा useful, and these are some of the mandatory formulas to learn for every analytics career. So friends, अगर आपको ये वीडियो यूज़फुल लगा हो तो प्लीज़ इस वीडियो को ज़रूर लाइक करिएगा, मेरे चैनल को ज़रूर सब्सक्राइब करिएगा. मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में, तब तक के लिए थैंक यू.